Great morning.
Great morning.
Great morning.
Great morning.
And welcome back to another episode of Great Morning. I'm your host, Christian Murmer, Murms, Murmdog, whatever the fuck you want to call me. And to the left of my computer screen, I'm just going to say it like this. Stephanie is here. She has a flat tire, but she's working on that right now. She's just trying to get some help with that. So this is going to be crazy. We have a guest today, folks. All right. And this is a returning guest from last season. And last season, the first time we met this wonderful person, they were talking to us about a movie that they were in called Getaway. Am I remembering that correctly?
Correct.
Worse. Which I still have not seen.
I know.
When can I see it?
Works. It's still in the works.
Okay.
You have to follow Spaz TV, of course, for all the updates. So yeah,
of course.
It's good though.
And of course, who we are talking to is the beautiful Taliah. How are you doing today?
Hi. I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I am fantastic, and it is, it's so nice having you back because you were on that episode with Slick, and then the three of you did the word of the day, which we will get to in a little bit. And yours, because we go through all the many guests we have throughout the season, we unbiasedly rate them, and yours got not only on the top 10 list, but I think you were pretty high. You were like number 4 or something, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was almost there.
Yeah. So you were there like that high on the top 10 list, and we listened to it. So you came back on to the season finale too. So then that was technically your second, showing on the show. And then now you're back to your third recording in the next season. And this is going to be interesting because this is the first time we're actually going to be able to talk to you more about what you do. Because all the other appearances were like season finale, you got to be there for just the top 10 list. And then the other one, we were just focusing mostly on the movie. Yeah. Now we're going to talk a little more. All right.
I love it.
I'm so happy you're here, and I'm happy we can do this again. Third showing on this show. I can't believe it's already been that quick. So I want to know real quick, for the people out there, if they don't know, you are a model. Is that correct?
I am. That is correct.
Can you share with us a bit about your journey into the modeling industry? Like what inspired you to pursue this career path?
So originally I would say pageants. I started pretty much with following my sister. She did it first, and she kind of guided me, was like my role model. Mm-hmm. Once I started like winning, I was like, okay, maybe I could just start doing this and, making money out of this. And then I started doing fashion shows and then hair shows. And then everybody suggested maybe like doing agencies, but I found like doing independent work made it easier for me to work with whoever and do whatever. So now I'm like more acting, and I don't know, it helped me branch out. So I pretty much started with pageants, and then here I am acting and voiceovers and
Voiceovers? When have you done that?
I want to do voiceovers. So I started doing, I like animations. Of course. My dream is to do like my own cartoon.
Oh, that's awesome.
I have a crazy talent I've been doing since I was like 5. Everybody's always embarrassed. They're like, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm like, I have to do it because it's something that nobody's heard before. And I was recently on a radio show, and I started doing it for them.
Oh,
and they were like, mind boggled, like, it's just the oddest thing. So I just want to use my talents in different ways to kind of put out into the world.
Can you do
the talent?
Like other, Can you be talented? No. Can you do other like voices? You'd use just like your own voice. Like, could you do let's see,
like imitation type?
Yeah. Can you just can you do a whole different voice for another character?
It's not really a different voice per se. I would do maybe like kid. I'll go like maybe kid voices. I'll do like maybe manly voices, like commercials, different like audiobooks to make it like animated. So it's pretty much my voice, but I use it in different ways. I don't really I can like talk like, Bill Cosby or anything. No. I don't do like with impersonations. No.
No,
Like
you can't.
voiceover work, just like audiobooks, cookbooks, cartoons and educational stuff. So yeah, a little bit of
Very
things
good.
like that.
That's awesome. So going back to the pageants, how young were you when that started? Like when does that? Because I never did a pageant myself, so I'm just interested.
Really.
You didn't?
I did not. Believe it or not, I have not been in a pageant before.
I feel like that's your passageway.
I could start, I guess.
Get you out there.
Don't cut your hair so that, so like when you're at the very front, when it's time for you to turn, you could just, flip the hair and then turn around and show your ass that everybody loves so much.
Yes, I will do that. That's probably my gateway into there then.
Yeah. Try it out.
Try it. Okay, I will.
I'll support you, Murms.
I'm supporting too.
All right, I will. Okay. What are we doing talking on this podcast? Let's try and figure out how I can sign myself up for the nearest pageant. But anyway, while I look for that, I do want to know how old you were when that started happening.
I would say I was maybe like 5, 6 or so.
Oh, wow. So it's that young.
Yeah, I was really young. My sister was probably in high school and she actually was like winning, like competing like big. Mine was more small time. I'm from Williamsburg, Virginia.
Yeah.
So it was just stuff that's around the area or surrounding areas that I was able to participate in. And it was just to help boost my confidence and, get me out there pretty much. So
was it like, was it like where there's judges? I remember, okay.
Yes.
This is going to sound, I might be dating myself here, but
yes.
Does anyone remember, because I remember my mom, I think, watching it, like those, I think it was the pageant, and then there was that like Honey Boo Boo girl.
Oh,
Does
God.
anyone remember?
God.
That's like boot camp.
That's like, okay, but was it like that?
We were doing it, like I said, we were doing it more for like fun and like confidence building. They're like boot camp, like you're gonna win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got like really aggressive.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you don't win, like sweat and tears, like type things. I'm like, no, we were all like, if we win, we win. If we don't, you take it as a, like as a lesson learned and you grow from it. You know what I mean? You don't, I don't know. It was just a whole different experience than what they portrayed on TV. So I was like, that's horrible, especially being young like that.
Yeah.
I would encourage it. So
it always seemed actually like not good for the girls. Like it's like they're just getting yelled at and
exactly. It make you feel worse for not winning. You know?
It's like most of your time is
it's more about winning.
Yeah, spent perfecting your smile. It's like it's like all right. This is a little aggressive. We're putting little girls through, but okay. I'm glad you did not. Is
like, I know. I think her life's all crazy now. I think like up to date recently. Yeah, I think I've heard something crazy, but
I have not been up to date on my Honey Boo Boo. But
I know something. I think
we should look into that. I'm glad you did not go through that though. That's what I was wondering. I was like, when I heard pageant, I'm like, oh my god.
Yes, it usually turns into a different type of people. Yeah, no.
Very good. Glad to hear that. I also want to know. I have a bunch of questions here for you.
I love it.
What do you find most fulfilling about being a model?
I like being myself. So I think the ability to be myself and be confident in what I'm wearing and what I'm doing, and that alone, I feel like makes it not a job or like I'm forced to do it. It just flows and it's just natural to me. So I feel fulfilled to be able to share that with the world, and people actually enjoy seeing me, and I think that's fulfilling.
When you're at like a photo shoot and stuff, does it take like how long does that all take? Is it like an hour, like a whole day, or are you just there for a little bit and you leave?
So it just depends on which photographer I'm working with, or which I don't know if I'm like shooting like video or if I'm just coming in and just do digitals. It just depends on what I'm shooting. Sometimes it'll take all day. Usually like starting like hair and makeup, and luckily me, I could do my own hair. I could do my own makeup, so I kind of cut time. But usually you have hair and makeup, then you'll do your wardrobe, and I do like a few wardrobe changes in between. So maybe like 4 to 5. So you'll say maybe like an hour or so for each look. So the day will go.
The day will go. So
it's an exercise. So it's not like I usually shoot like back to back to back. I don't usually like take breaks and pauses for like 30 minutes. No, I'm like a power shooter. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, like let's just fucking do it. No, I hear that. That's how I feel. And although I do not model, but that's how I feel about most things that I do though.
Me too.
When you schedule this stuff too, is it like do you have set days that you would do this, or does it change throughout the week? Like all of a sudden on a Tuesday, you're going to a photo shoot when you would normally go on a Tuesday.
Exactly. So depending on your opportunities, you'll make the sacrifice. I am a 9 to 5 regular day worker. So I'm like in property management. So it's, I feel the like tiredness of being drained all day by, providing other people money, but having the hustle of getting off and being like, I still have to go to this audition. Like I got to go to practice, And then my like community manager, she's like alongside me. She's like, oh my God, I didn't get in until like 11 last night. I'm like, no, like, and then I still have stuff to do. She'll let me, she's understanding. Like I'll slow roll in the morning and get my stuff together. But yeah, I'll sacrifice doing something late on a Tuesday or something late on a Thursday, But yeah, typically I like to plan them out. I'll say maybe a week or a month ahead, so I can have time to get the wardrobe and the ideas together. So I'll usually like weekends, so I feel more relaxed and I don't feel, like I have something else going on. But usually my weekends are crammed.
Yeah, no, I bet the fucking crammed, especially when you got to work all week. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You're constantly working then, that sounds like.
Correct.
Constantly on it. Do you do anything? I want to know this too. Do you do anything to like pump yourself up before a shoot? Like, is there anything like, do you have a routine that you go through?
I'm huge on music. I'm huge on music. I'm huge on motivational sayings to myself, in quotes, just to like read stuff out loud, just to, affirm what you're doing, to believe what you're doing, to be just, certain of who you are and what you want to be and what you want to portray. Try to just, I don't know, remind yourself every day, kind of just keep going. I always have the motto to never quit too. So that's like a family motto. I think it's like our last name Muhammad means never quit.
Oh,
so
okay. Awesome.
My sister's always my cheerleaders too. If I ever get into a mood where I'm like, I don't know, I'm like getting tired of this, like I get tired, but they're like, no, you can't give up. So
that's
having in there is definitely like a motivator and a pusher.
That is very inspirational. I want to know what are some of your favorite songs though that you would play to pump you up?
So I am open to all songs. I'm not like a particular like, oh my God, I'm in love with this artist, I want to meet this person. No, I like country. I like African. I like different beats. I like jazz. I just like anything that feels good to my soul. Like I just
get on
my Spotify and I just like let it roll.
So it doesn't need to be like a song that's actually like trying to pump you up, like something someone be listening to that's fast and heavy, like at the gym or something. It could be a country song, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah. Wow. Like my Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah. Oh, Tennessee whiskey is my shit.
Right? Oh,
I love me some Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah.
Right, hold on, but there's so many versions of Tennessee whiskey.
I'll take them all.
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite, Stephanie?
Well, that's just the shit. I don't know. Like,
right? I've heard too many versions.
Yeah, they're good. They're all fucking good. I think I'm like Kiki Wyatt, she did a good one too. She did a good fucking version of Tennessee whiskey. I was like,
ooh,
Taliah, did you just throw your iPad across the room?
Did you see that?
Yeah, we totally saw that. I just saw like you flip and I was like, all right.
I have it on like my little desk thing right here. It flipped. I was like, I think it's steady if I put it this way, maybe.
That's fantastic. It's just like, I wish, the listeners, unfortunately they have to listen to this. They don't see the video, but like,
oh, nice. Okay.
Just to explain it to them, Taliah was in the middle of talking and just like, it was almost like, it was like a force push and it was just whoosh and like fell. And I was like, all right, we'll just keep talking. I'm sure she'll pick it up as we're talking.
I'm talking while I'm like flipping it over. Like,
yeah, you're like, oh shit.
Seriously.
Oh my God. So that was a little, just a quick technical difficulty. That's fine. We love, oh my God. Great Morning is notorious for having technical difficulties sometimes. We've actually been pretty good though recently, haven't we, Stephanie? I feel like last few seasons before that, remember like every time someone would come on and be like, yeah, my mic's not working, and be like 20 minutes, and then we finally figured out it's like, oh yeah, it's not plugged in or something like that.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Oh, remember all those problems?
How fucking, the other day I was looking back at like all the videos that I used to make for Great Morning and like my little mashup and shit. And it's like, bro, like we were hot as fucking mad.
Oh yeah.
Like, what? Like, what the fuck is going on? And what's that? And it's just like, and the crazy thing about it is that we always set rules. Like, all right, guys, this time we're not gonna do this. We're gonna make sure that X, Y, and Z. And of course,
no, it didn't happen.
Fashion shit no. Who
happened?
Who's following the rules?
It's hard to set rules when like everyone's your friend. So it's hard for like you to have rules with your friends, I feel like.
Yeah.
So
this is true.
I also want to know, back to Talia, what do you think sets you apart from other models? Like, what is unique about you?
I think I'm just a people person. I'm a chameleon, I would say. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but I've just been known to just mesh with all people. I just have a light, I think. Like a light to like the bugs, and you're just like attracted to something. It's the certain energy and love that I give out.
Yeah.
I encourage those around me. I uplift those around me. I don't want to see myself win. I always want to see those around me win. So I do put a lot of people on around me. If it's an opportunity not for me, I do reach out and offer it to them, just to give them a shot. So yeah, we all went together. So I think being open to womanhood and sisterly like love and stuff, I think that's a bonus.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, you seem like a very I don't want to say, I think it's charming, but like you seem like you're able to just talk to anyone. I think that's how you've been able to like we keep like, let's have Talia back on the show.
Yes, I love people.
I love people. That's great because I feel like sometimes I don't always love people. So it's good to have people on the show that can have that, because I don't always have that. I do it for the show, but I'm also the guy like after the show, like if I have to go somewhere and there's a bunch of people there, I'm probably not the happiest guy in the world.
Really?
I just, it's not like I actually dislike people. It's not that. It's just more like there's a lot of people around, there's talking, there's yelling, and it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I have to deal with these people? Stephanie, what do you think? You're a people person kind of, Stephanie, right?
I am a people person, but then, I do have like mental problems at the same time. So like, I'll just be like, I like you. And then I'm gonna just give you that look like, if you don't get the fuck away from me, it's about to go down. Like, I can be around people, but I have a limit. Like once I feel like I'm overwhelmed and there's just too much shit going on around me, I'm like, all right, I gotta go. I love y'all, but assalamu alaikum. I cannot do this no more. I gotta go home. I gotta protect my peace, my energy, my sanity, because I just can't. But I do like people. Like I feel like I kind of like resonate with you, because like a lot of people are drawn to me, and like kills me sometimes. It's like people are drawn to me so much that like they and not only that, but then they want to tell me their whole life story, and I'm just like,
they're open to you. And
I'm like,
with you.
And I'm like, that's wonderful,
but then your whole time goes
and then there goes my energy, and I'm just like,
those are called I think they're called energy vampires.
Swear.
Like people call them, because they
succubus.
I have bites all over me.
Yeah, no, oh my god, yeah, that's the worst. Like you're stuck in a conversation and someone's talking about like jellyfish or something you would never even talk about. You're like, wow, yeah, that's crazy. I need to get the fuck out of here. How do I get out of here? And
I know, but you're nice, and you actually like allow them to get it out.
Yeah.
They might not have the opportunity to talk to that with anybody else but you,
See that? Okay, I'm glad you're here.
Like that.
That is a great way to put it. You're right. And that's how I should think about that. But
some people get like,
could you imagine if I was that mean? I would never be that mean.
People are that mean.
Sometimes I like to think about like, imagine I could be that mean. Like someone started talking to me and I was just like, I don't care. Like I could never say that. They do that all the time. You see that?
What? People, it's so easy to be mean. I swear. It's so hard to be nice. It's so easy to be mean.
I like
if somebody walks up to you, you don't want to hear it. People give you this look all the time.
Oh my God.
Right? They don't even have to say anything. It's the body language and the energy that you portray to the world. People feel that. my energy is so inviting. I think that's why people are like, I'll just go to her. Oh, I'll go
Yeah.
after her. You know, because I look like, hey, hi, welcome.
Yes.
Like,
hi, girl.
I'm like happy to see you.
How are you?
We're vibing.
Yeah.
It's okay. Life's okay. Even if you're going through something, life's going to be okay. I can't be around people that are just so negative and judgmental before I can even speak. It's like, relax. Like, even if I want to talk about a jellyfish that's floating, like, your jellyfish might be dope. I can use it in my concept in my model shoot or something. You know? I don't know.
Oh, the jellyfish.
Yeah. Look, girl. Well, the jelly. We got some, listen, you know, but I think people enter in your life like for moments and times for a reason. There's billions of people. So I think different moments when you meet them, I was like, take a moment to listen. It might not make sense, but it might make sense later. You know? I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I'm
like
a people person. See? Help.
I like how you said, though, that I think that was an old quote I've heard from, I don't know if it was a book or movie, but that it's easy to be mean. It's difficult to be kind. And that's true. And that's why it's more fulfilling to be nice in life. It's easier. It's difficult to forgive. It's difficult to be nice. But we like challenges in life. So when you can accomplish that, you're a better person.
I agree.
I love that. I love that you said that. You know, circling back to, I don't know what we should call them. What do you call them in the modeling industry? Are they outfits? Are they costumes? Are they uniforms? What would you call when just the stuff that you have to wear for the shoot?
Like your garments? Yeah.
Your garments.
So I would say, they're just different looks. I'll say looks. That's the term I usually I'll use is looks. Like, what look are we using? But yeah, just different fits or looks.
Do you know beforehand, like, what you're going to be wearing to a shoot? Or is it like, has there ever been a time where you show up to a shoot and they're like, you got to wear this? And you're like,
oh yeah. So there's been times in a fashion show where, like, usually before you do get fitted, or you'll do like practice, of course, and you'll meet the designer and he'll let you try it on and you'll see what's comfortable. But sometimes in a show, if somebody like pulls out and they need somebody, you don't know if you get fitted or not. So they'll throw you in something that's either too big, too small, you know. So you just kind of make it work. You're like, you just modeling. It's kind of like acting. You just make it work and pretend like everything's okay, even though, you know, my toe is like hanging over the side of the shoe and, you know, and the button's not really like closed, but
it's
not, make it work.
It's not working on that way. But has there ever been a memorable moment, right? Was there ever like an outfit or a look, I should say, that just was either like super uncomfortable or itchy or just like...
I have a moment once you said that, my mind...
I'm ready. Let's hear it.
So, you know, like Cinderella, when they have that big giant like wire thing under your dress?
Oh.
Yeah, it was a gorgeous gala. Shout out to the Heartbeat Gala. But the dress I was wearing, I have never worn anything like that. And that was one of the moments, which is funny. Like, I didn't even get to try on that part first. And I had to walk down at the Slover Library. They have steps that are steep and they go straight down. And I had to walk with the metal dress all the way down. I was like, oh my God. And I never walked in it before. And that was my first time. Yeah.
And that was super uncomfortable?
That was insane. Yeah, that was scary because I didn't want to keep looking down. So I had to look down. I was like, I can't do this. I was like, yeah, this is scary. I was like, either I break my neck or, you know, just go tumbling down. So I'm like, I don't know. But
Stephanie,
that was tough.
Did you say something there? It sounded like you said something.
Yeah, I said that's hard as shit. Like, to go down the stairs and you have this big ass poofy thingy.
Yes.
You're just like, what the fuck? Because it's, you know, you do have like those weird shit. What do you call that? Like the steel, whatever, the little it's just like, you know, and that shit is uncomfortable to go down the stairs, narrow, steep stairs.
It was scary.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten a outfit that you had to wear, or again, I keep saying outfit, a look that not like during, but like afterwards, you were like, I don't like the way, not the way you looked, but the way just the outfit was, where you like, I think that's a stupid outfit, or like, it's just like, not...
Oh, of course.
Could you tell us a story about that?
I don't want to say like the designers.
Yeah, you don't need to say the designer.
Yeah, but of course you'll have like something that I'm just like, I would never see myself wearing that, you know, like either it's like too tight or in revealing, or just the seams and like the make of it isn't, you know, of quality. But of course, for them, I'll, rock and support it. But I just wouldn't personally buy it.
Yeah, no, I feel like
wear it.
A lot of the stuff you see people, like, you'll see those like fashion shows, and like these people are like, oh yeah, this is like the new incredible look from Paris or something, and it looks like a cartoon character that like a child drew of like how people will dress in the year 3000. I'm like, who is actually going to buy that and walk down the street wearing that? I mean, it's just no one. Like, I've seen just the craziest shit, like the hat that sticks out over here. It's like, who's gonna buy this? Who's walking down the street? Unless you're like
seriously
one of those people that judges art or something. I don't. In fact, I feel like you can't wear some of that stuff. I shouldn't be. Not that I'm trying to be, a fascist here, but it should be illegal. Some of the stuff, like it's like you're not going to buy that and wear that down the street, even if it looks good right now.
You know what kills me? Like when I see like high-end fashion designers and they like Balenciaga, right? They came out with like a pair of sneakers, right? And they look rough, like it's rough, like that shit went through the fucking mud. And that's like some usual shit that you would see like when you're like in your hood or something, like like it's like they take like poverty style and then they try to make it their own,
monetize it.
Yeah, and then you want to sit there and fucking charge $1,300-$1,400 for a look that we use every single day. And that triggers me because it's just like I feel like you're like making fun of how we look, but then like you say, you're trying to monetize because it looks good. But like separate out here, and you're trying to make a $1,200 sneaker that has fake dirt on it, and just. Like, okay, thanks for mocking us regular ass people. Thanks. Yeah.
No, like seriously.
No, like shit.
That is kind of fucked up. I never really thought about that, Stephanie. I'm glad you brought that up because that's true. Is like you're just taking what people already wear, you're jacking the price up like 1,000%, and the only difference is it might have the name Tom Ford on it this time or something else. Yeah. Like, that's insane. Speaking of Tom Ford, not that we're not sponsored by Tom Ford. I have some problems with Tom Ford. I saw someone send me, my friend, he's like, you should get this shirt because I like a lot of t-shirts. I'm a very simple guy. I like t-shirts. And I'm like, okay. And I'm looking on this Tom Ford. It's a white shirt. There's nothing on it. It's just Tom Ford. It's $1,000. I'm like, I'm not buying. What am I? Who's this shirt for? I can't. Like, look, I could buy that. I don't want to make it sound like I don't have any money at all, but like, I'm not going to spend $1,000 on a white shirt.
Absolutely not.
No.
Even if I was rich, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. And not only that, but like also like even celebrities, how like celebrities that are like trying to jump into the whole fashion industry, like they have a nasty ass habit of, like, I guess they see other, up and coming fashion designers and they copy and paste their shit. Yeah. And this is like a normal thing for celebrities. And then it's just like, dude, like, why can't you just like, reach out to the person and say, listen, I think your shit's dope. Like, can I, can you send me a few pieces? Like, share the freaking wealth. Why do you have to take somebody else's creativity? People that really bust their ass into like, trying to create, like, put their vision on paper and then on fucking clothes. Like, that takes a lot. And for these celebrities to take it and just run with it and not give the little people their credit, like, that's crazy. Like, Kim Kardashian is known for that shit. Her sisters are known for that shit. And like even other celebrities, like it just sucks because these people really put like their heart and soul into their shit. And you have household names that just take it and copy paste and monetize off of it. And they don't even give you your credit. And then they have the audacity to get mad at you too. What?
You say something.
Not original. No, it's not, sis. I have my receipts. Like,
yep.
Like, have several seats.
Yes.
Give you a gag order. Shit.
I like how Kim Kardashian came up. She was a hot topic in the last episode as well. when we're talking about OJ and the whole Kardashian scene. But anyway, I want to ask Stephanie something here. Stephanie, do you think it's time?
Oh yeah, it's definitely time.
I think it's time. I think it's time, Talia. We're gonna do something that you've done before.
Okay.
And it's a staple of Great Morning, so we got to do it again. I think it is time to hear the word of the day. Word of the day.
All right.
All right. So Jimmy's not here today, but that's fine. Like I said, he sent me a lot of these words that I'll go through throughout the weeks while he's gone on deployment. Good luck to Jimmy out there again. Shout out to him. Can't wait until he's back. But your word. Oh, wait, you know what? Let me explain the rule. You know what? Stephanie, do you want to explain the rules or you want me to explain the rules?
You could do it.
Okay, I'll explain the rules. So the rules of the word of the day is usually Jimmy is here, and he has the big old dick, which is a big old dictionary that he had in his family for like 1,000 years. He opens it up, puts his finger down on a random page, and whatever his finger landed on will be our word of the day. All right, and he did that before, so just pretend he did that again to you listeners out there. I know he's not here, but all right, we just got to pretend like he just did it in front of us. But he did it before, and we got our word. And your word of the day is, oh my God. Stephanie, you might actually finally like this word. Your word of the day is Your word of the day is bivouacked.
Bivouac? What is that?
Bivouacked. It's spelled Bivouacked. And it means to make a temporary encampment with few facilities as used by soldiers, mountaineers, etc. Bivouacked. Now, Talia, you have to use that word in a sentence of your making. And what we rate, of course, because last season you made it on the top 10 list for your word.
Okay.
So how we rate it is we rate how funny your sentence was, how creative it was, and of course, if you use the word correctly. All those become factors on your rating for the top 10 list. So,
okay,
we're putting you on the spot whenever you're ready.
All right. So I did a makeshift bivouac for my crew and I when we were out in Iraq on our last tour.
All right.
Wow. That was real quick. Wow. You had that like ready. Have you heard this word before?
No, never in my life.
And you said
that came to like my mind. I don't know. When it was it's a makeshift of like something.
Yeah, it was it's like I think
like
it's
temporary
like
housing.
A temporary like just encampment. It's usually meant it's almost like saying I think you could that's like an archaic word. That's the cool thing about Jimmy's dictionary is there's a lot of old words in there too that people don't use. But you could just say we made camp. Like that's
we made camp.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone in the world is walking around saying like, yeah, last night me and my buddies bivouacked. What?
You never know, Murms. You never fucking know.
Yeah.
Bivouac.
Yeah. Like honestly, she was very nice about that because I would have been like, yesterday I took a bitch and I pulled out my bivouac on her and left it there at camp. That would have been me. Bivouac.
It just sounds I don't know. It's kind of like
sounds rough.
I know. We're trying to be nice here. We're trying to be.
It's like some like BDSM. Like I'm gonna get my whatever the fuck.
Bivouacker.
Yeah,
like I'll bivouacker. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it is a rough word. That's not as bad though. You know what I heard? I have a worse word for you. I heard the other day.
Oh Lord.
You ready? Masticate.
Masticate.
Okay. Don't worry. You're not doing a sentence for that word. That word means to chew. It's just another word for chewing food.
I masticated my baby daddy's shit yesterday.
Yeah, see, so like you can't say it without it just sounding like bad. Like, oh, look, Christian's in the back of the room masticating. It's like, don't ever say that. Don't ever fucking say that.
I'm gonna fucking say that now.
Yeah.
that word should not. Nope.
That's a good one.
I think we're saying right now on Great Morning that no one can use that word any longer.
I'm gonna fucking use that. When I go to class tomorrow, and if I see my teacher eating, I'm like, look at you masticating or whatever.
Yeah.
It tastes good. You got extra ketchup on that shit. and salt and pepper and vinegar. What's up? You want to share the wealth and masticate together?
Jesus Christ.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
Talia, I heard though in your sentence there, you said something about in Iraq. Were you in
Never in my
Iraq?
life.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was like,
never.
I was like, oh, I didn't know if you were like actually, because you got that was so quick. You were very quick with that word. So
I think it's the acting.
I think, yeah.
I've been doing a lot of skits and stuff lately. So I've had to like improv and so it's helped me be like witty and on the spot.
Yeah, I think that's really come in handy because that might have been the quickest anyone's given us a word of the day too, which unfortunately we don't grade on. But what do you think, Stephanie? Usually people are not that quick with it.
No, that was good.
That was very good.
That was very good.
Very good. And
maybe third time's the charm.
I mean, the first time you made it on the top 10 list.
Yeah.
So
I actually have a question for you, Talia. Were you with Slick in Japan?
No, he's there now.
So
I think he's doing it for like work, but he's shooting like the second half of Getaway 2. Like, so I think he has stuff on the works.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
He's in Japan right now?
Yeah, he's in Japan.
Dude, that's
I was speaking with him not too long ago.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm in Japan, sis. I was like,
and he is still working.
That kind of reminds me of another question I wanted to ask you. So I guess I should say, like, what role do you think social media plays in like shaping the modeling industry today? And like, how has it helped you or not helped you?
I think it's helped as far as, people being able to see you and getting access to a lot of, different opportunities and stuff too. But I think it hinders people by if you put too much out there too fast and you're trying to go to like get certain people to look at you. You know what I mean? It'll hinder you. You can kind of scroll back and they're like, they already got a certain look for you. So you can hurt yourself and you can help yourself. So that's why I just like to stay true to who I am. I don't like to, get swayed by like certain names or certain people, just for a look. Cause I'm like, I have a vision that's greater than this, So I'm like, no, I can't walk around with my thongs and, like too crazy stuff, But to each his own.
So what is your main platform is it Instagram?
I do Instagram. Right now I'm trying to build my website just because Instagram, I have so many different people. And then I have I'm on YouTube too with Brandon Cole Photography. So a lot of people know me from YouTube.
Okay.
But it's just different platforms. That's why I feel like maybe if I have my own website, you'll be able to just click on all of them.
Yeah, website will be cool.
Yeah. So I'm working on that.
Good with website design. Do you have a designer for that, or are you doing that yourself?
I do. Humble Vision, which is my partner, which is the photos behind me. All these photos.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So he actually is my go-to for pretty much everything. I have all my digitals done by him. He does a lot of my voiceover recordings for like my reels, so I can help put them out there. But yeah, so he has all of it. He can do it all.
Do you ever receive, if at all, criticism, both negative or positive, from, well, I guess anyone, like people from
always
the internet,
always.
People you're working with?
Yes, always. So negative, I hear you're too old. Why are you still modeling? Because I am 37, so they're like, why are you even doing that? Like, stop, like there's no point.
Is that old?
Yeah, they consider that old.
For just modeling?
Because a lot of people are young starting out. They're, you're in your teen years. They're like, I want to get scouted. I've never done this before. But being that I'm seasoned model and I'm like, I've been doing this for a while, they're like, and I also don't like just work with anybody because I feel like when people work with any and everybody, it's kind of like you a hoe. You know what I mean? In the shooter world, not to be funny, you're a shooting hoe. So I'm like, I'm not that. I have quality to myself. So I'm very selective on the people that I work with just because I don't the way I want to train myself. But I don't know. It's hard out here. But the positive ones are the ones that keep me going, the happy ones that are always like rooting for me to keep going, whether I'm old or fat, if my look changes or whatever. They're always like, hey, that looks good, even if I don't, So I have good and bad comment.
Yeah, because I was thinking about that. I wasn't imagining the old comment though. But that makes sense because you start hearing that in certain industries, I guess you could say, where it's like you have to be a certain age. But I could swear that I've seen like people modeling in their 80s before. So like,
correct.
I really didn't think that was a problem.
Because modeling it's broad. So it just depends on what type of modeling you want. And then I just feel like, once you get older, you could do like skin, like you can model like different lotions and, like part modeling. You can model your hands if they look good with different rings. And, it's just different scenarios where you can get paid modeling, like doing family stuff. A lot of people just think runway and photo shoots when you think of modeling.
Botox on your hand?
Swear.
Botox.
You could do the photo shoots of you getting the Botox, like, swear you're the commercial for it, So it's I just want to touch all fields. Yes.
So, that's funny because you kind of just mentioned it, but to roll back into that, what are some common, like, I guess misconceptions we should say about the modeling industry that you think people have that are just not true or a lot different than what people have in mind?
Well, times have changed, I must say, because I'm 5'2". I'm not 100 pounds. I'm not, so the stereotype of having to be super tall, super thin, super, in black and white, they're looking for different. They're looking for big. They're looking for curvy. They're looking for short. They're looking for individual. I'm like, okay, you call me.
As they should, because
y'all call me. So that's why I'm like, I'm about to put myself out there.
Yeah, because us short people, we
we bad too.
Good. Like
we look good too.
Like that's only like what 4-3 inches off. Like what makes you better than her? Like come on, like I look good.
You look real good.
Do you see my skin? My skin is skinning right now, and hers is not. Like you gotta put extra fucking primer on that shit. Like come on, sis. Let's get it together. I look good naturally.
Yes. That's what I say. You don't need everybody's all contoured. I'm like, I don't even like all that heavy stuff on me.
It's funny you say
I don't even got no lashes on. I'm like, just
be
regular.
Oh my God. So
I don't like all that.
A year and a half ago, I did a photo shoot, and I'm first of all, like, I'm not like the extra girly girl type of girl. And I shout out to Kayla because she's a great makeup artist, but like I was like just just regular, don't go crazy on me.
Say natural glam.
Yes. And she did it. And I'll be honest with you, I felt so ugly.
Drag queen.
But and it wasn't because of what she did, because she did an amazing job. But for me, like
that ain't you.
Like like my face, I feel like makeup sometimes like it's for certain people.
Yeah.
And and what I mean by that, like a full glam with like all of the extra like layers, contour and this and that, like
there's a place.
Like, like I feel like my face doesn't go well with that, if that makes sense. Like all
because you're beautiful, girl. You don't need all that. No, swear to God. But like certain natural beautiful women, if you start putting too much stuff on our face, we look like men. You make us look strong. You make me look scary. I say, Lord help me. Like
even with the eyelashes, like I'm just like
they're touching my brows. I cannot. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes. I was like,
girl, I can't even open my eye. I'm like, help.
Oh my God. All right. So it's not just me, because I felt so
not that girl.
Weird. And I'm like, oh my God, like I don't feel pretty. And then like I'm on the phone. And then when I got off the phone, all the makeup, I was like, oh my
It's all on your phone?
Yes. I'm like, I cannot I'm like, how do these bitches do it? Because and then like I feel like my face is heavy.
Yes. And then to make your face break out too if you leave it on here.
I just couldn't. I couldn't.
Very particular. No,
I was like, can you just give me just fucking regular foundation, some eyeliner, and call it a day? A little bit of blush.
Yes.
Good.
So I've been through that too. Like, so then you'll get to learn like certain makeup artists that are for you. I go to like my natural beauty ones, like Beauty by Tamika. She's her makeup make you look like your skin is like, girl, but I don't look like I'm not myself.
Yeah,
I want to look like I'm not, like when I show up in person, I want to look like the same person in the picture.
Thank you.
Like I do. Yes. I don't want y'all to be like editing my photos where I'm looking like I'm slim. No, if I got a roll, that's fine. But like, I'm just like, I don't want to look too perfect where I'm not myself. Because I am imperfect. I'm not perfect.
Then it's like robotic. It's like,
Yeah,
you might as well have just made an
realistic.
AI picture of me.
Yes, copy paste.
Yeah,
Copy
it's
paste.
very.
Yeah.
I have not been through a lot of the things you ladies were just discussing, but I'm doing my best to be like, yeah, that sounds like a fucking pain in the ass. Also, like with the makeup, I've always thought that every time. It's so weird. I'm gonna. Hopefully, I'm not blowing your minds because you probably think about this more than me. But every time I hear women talk about makeup, they are always complaining about makeup being a pain in the ass, or it takes too long, or there's too much. Everything you all just said.
Mhm.
Right. I feel like I've heard that from a bunch of women before. And yet
but we still do it.
It's still like one of the most booming of industries in the world. So part of me's like, what is it? I get it.
Good.
But it's like, oh my God, I couldn't imagine sitting
We
there
just
for
say, yeah, in
hours.
moderation. In moderation.
Yeah,
you
in
know?
moderation.
Yeah.
Less
Like when
is
you're getting
more.
Yeah, less is more. Like remain yourself. Like if you have blemishes and you're trying to go to like a prom and you want to just, look clean for pictures, I get it. But if you're going to the grocery store, I'm running in a Trader Joe's, I'm throwing my hair in a bun and putting a cap
Right.
on.
Yeah.
Like
Hope
I
the
don't need to be
day.
wasting my makeup on this. It's just certain things you got to make time for. And I think makeup is just one of those things. It helps to boost our confidence, especially as like moms. We go through a lot. So if I can look good for like 5 minutes, let me have it, Like, yeah.
That's fantastic.
So.
Going back to the misconceptions, and I think you hit that on the head real well. But I wonder why, maybe you could tell me because maybe you know a little bit about the history, but why was it that models used to have to be like really tall, right? They would almost be like 6 foot, a lot of those models, right?
Yeah.
Why was it that way?
I don't know. I just thought it was like a standard thing. And that's when like certain people like Naomi Campbell and Iman, and they had to like start putting their face in there to make it kind of like change a little bit. They were still slim and tall too, but I just think it wasn't diverse enough.
I wonder if it was something with like the pictures, or like, was that the best?
Yeah.
Because
Like the designers,
weird.
I don't know if it maybe costs more. Cloth do cost more the bigger you get. I don't know if that's like a cost thing, as far as like material.
But like, it's still, I don't know. I always thought that was, I'm focusing more on the height than like maybe the weight, but like I thought that was always strange. Like, why
the height was always a big thing.
Yeah. Because I know I can never get that tall. Darn it.
Yeah, you can't grow anymore. Like, that's something you can't change.
Where?
You can change your hair. I
can change my weight.
We can change our weight. That can be difficult too, but like we can do that. That's not an impossibility. But like I can't just be like, oh fuck, hold on, I need to be 6'8".
Yeah,
give me 10 minutes. Like I can't do that.
I wish. Can I have that superpower?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I wish too. That'd be awesome if I woke up and I was all of a sudden like, holy shit, I'm 6'8", bro. The first thing I would do is try to dunk a basketball because I have never been able to do that. If I saw that I got that tall, I'm like, where's the nearest basketball court? Someone give me a basketball. I need to try this right now.
Oh, I love it.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to know though the history of that. I wonder if we can. We're not gonna.
You're gonna Google it.
I don't want to do that right now because we're like in the middle of the question. So I don't want to, because then there's always that like silent part, and it's like, all right, everyone be quiet for 5 minutes. Yeah, Stephanie, you Google it while I ask Talia another question. I think we talked about this a little bit, but I want to hit it again because I think it's important. So like, how do you stay like mentally and physically healthy while you're pursuing like everything you're doing? Even like, because going to work and then you got more work on the weekends. Like, how do you,
so you kind of break it up. Yeah. Well, I do eat healthy. So I do feel like what you put in your body does help you with your mind. I did complete the fasting for Ramadan.
Oh, okay.
My father is Sunni, so I did the 30-day fasting. So that helps to sharpen your mind too.
Definitely.
So I think that helps to motivate you. Definitely getting out, being grounded, being in the trees and taking walks and, just having conversation with my mom about, I don't know, just anything, just to pass time, just to get my endorphins going. So
I like that. So being outside.
So I just tune into my happy thoughts, my family, outdoors, beach, water. Yeah. Makeup.
Makeup. Yeah. Thinking about makeup. It's crazy.
But yeah.
Oh, okay.
It gets tough though, but.
Yeah, because it seems very demanding and you have a great hold of it. At least that's what it seems from our point. So like, I always worried about that. It's like, how fucking demanding can this shit get? Like, have you ever been in a situation where I'm just trying to think of a scenario that could have happened. So like, say you take a bunch of photos and like, has a photographer or a director or whatever like told you like, no, like you got to do that again.
Oh my God, you have no idea.
I don't. I want to know. Please tell me.
How many times where you'll like shoot and then they'll be like, like something like died and then erased all of it, you know?
Oh my God, no.
Exactly. I'm not joking. I think Spaz, we did that with the getaway. He'd be like, oh, I went to go do it, but I didn't even record it. It wasn't recording or something crazy. And then we're going to shoot it all over again. And you're like, you're joking. Yep. We did that a couple times.
Oh my God. That would drive me fucking nuts.
I almost choked him. I was like, so when I'm there, I'm like, you got it? You sure? You sure?
Oh my God. Yeah. So everything we just did was just for nothing. It was just
that
nonsense.
was for practice. I swear.
Oh my God. That is insane. That would drive me fucking nuts.
Yes. And then your shoot, you know what I'm saying? You did your hair, you did your makeup, you went there, you shot it, and then it's all gone. And you're like, I got to do it all over again. I had to do that again because they didn't have a flash. So all the pictures came out dark. So I had to reshoot it. And I already paid to get a hairstylist, a makeup artist. And I'm paying for it. It's not like they're paying for it.
Oh, now, so now it's coming out of your pocket.
Yeah. So now I got to redo it all over again. But I do it. But it's just the sacrifices you make with the model. It takes money to make money. Yeah, it does.
I believe it. I believe it. That's insane, though. That would have driven me nuts. Stephanie, did you find any information on that?
I found a whole bunch.
Okay.
Actually. So this one said, for women in the industry, the standard height requirement tends to be 5'8" and above. And for men, fashion models are usually between 5'11" and 6'2". These guidelines are, as shorter models, petite models in the fashion industry terms do exist and enjoy accessible career. Models measuring between 5'3" and 5'4" do get signed by agency recognized in the industry, but you're not answering my question.
Yeah.
So
you're just gonna be like, what?
Oh, okay. Okay. So height has always been synonymous with stature. A taller stature offers a commanding presence at runway shows. So this idea for designers who want their work to be noticed, longer legs, a tiny waist, are relatively small breasts have become the industry standard for a runway model. So all designers stick to the same measurements so they can use the same models as they fit every dress, limiting the variables and enabling them to bring the designs to make the market much quicker.
Oh, I see. So, but I mean, that's kind of like, I feel like that's just like a little bit of laziness on their part. Because it's like,
I don't want to do too much work, so I'm just going to use you guys.
I'm just making this dress one size and find someone who can fit it.
I was going to say that. One size fits all.
I'm not making multiple sizes. I'm just, this is it.
Smart.
And find me someone who can walk in it. And it's like, all right. So every lady who's like 90 pounds and
size 0.
Yes.
I honestly, I thought it had a lot to do with like, not a lot to do with it, but like, you know how they the mannequins that they use to like, you know, like create the dresses. I'm like, all right, well, maybe they're just fitting all the dresses to this size, you know, but I guess it's because of that. They want long legs and
because tall people, they are like when I have a picture on my page next to somebody that's like 5'9", like runway. Yeah, they do have a very good presence. You know, like they're overpowering me. I'm looking like a little mini. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, we're short.
I'm as tall as their legs.
Yeah,
I'm as tall as their legs. What are these fucking giants?
I mean,
how tall was she?
But they're
like,
so
9 foot.
I'm always like a fan. I'm like, hi guys, hi up there.
Hi. How you doing?
Right? They like,
I see you down here.
Hi. Well, unfortunately, we're getting a little close to the end here, so I want to ask you one last question before we move into plugs. But that last question is, I want to know what kind of legacy, I should say, do you want to leave as your work in the modeling industry? Like, what kind of impact do you want to have on the industry itself? If one person, or not one person, if people could remember one thing about your modeling career 100 years from now, what would you like that to be?
That I never gave up, that I kept with it, you know, and I saw it through and I helped them along the way by not giving up and pursuing their dreams, you know. A lot of people give up along the way. So they're rooting for me. So I'm like, I got to keep going for everybody. So just the resilience to keep going no matter what happens in life, no matter what I look like, no matter, because I've been small before. I graduated like 105. So now I'm a little bit heavier. I am around like 150, 160. So it's just a different confidence that I gotta, motivate myself to do.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just keep going.
That is a great
Never
answer
give
to that
up.
question. I like that.
Yeah.
That is a fantastic answer. Talia, we had so much fun with you here today. And
you guys are great.
Thank you. We will, of course, be inviting you back. But before we go, we like to do a thing. If you remember on your first episode, you did it there as well. We like to do a thing where we do our last minute plugs. That's where everyone gets to plug any information, anything where you want people to follow you or find you at. Now is the time. So we're going to start off with Stephanie, though. Stephanie, do you have any last minute plugs for listeners?
You know what? I did, but then I totally forgot.
You forgot your plug?
Yeah. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm a shout out my dad for fixing my flat.
Hell yeah.
Let's go, Dad.
You know what? My dad is such a fucking awesome ass person.
Love Dad.
I love my dad. Like,
Me too.
I don't know what I would do without my dad. So shout out to my dad, because when I went outside, when you guys started recording, I was like, what happened to the tie? He was like, Steffi, this could have exploded. I'm like, oh my God, Dad, you saved my life. Thank you, Dad. So shout out to my dad. Shout out to you know what? I gotta give a big shout out to my grandma, because grandma right now, she is, as you guys know, or Murms knows, she's battling cancer, and my grandma is kicking fucking ass. Like, she's really kicking ass, and like, she's really rising above everything. And so I'm just so fucking proud of my grandma for being so resilient.
Love it.
And who else do I want to shout out? I felt like I had someone to shout out, and it's just like I got a brain fucking fart. Oh my God. I hate this.
Shout out to the money we made off of Chuck today, because we bet that he would not wake up from his nap.
Oh yeah, that's right. He
wasn't.
We knew that wasn't gonna happen.
He was like, I'll take a nap before the episode and I'll be on. I'm like, no, you're not. You're up for 30 hours. You're going. I
got it. Shout out to Ryan Garcia, who actually beat the shit out of Devin Haney. That shit was crazy. I don't know if you guys watched.
That was last night. The fight. That was the fight.
Yes.
Oh, you said Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan and Devin Haney. Ryan. He knocked Devin Haney out. And you know what's crazy? I'm not like the biggest Ryan Garcia fan, but shit, he did his things. So shout out to him. Yeah, that shit was crazy. And I think motherfucking it, honestly. Like, yeah, that's it. I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you, Talia, for coming through, and
thank you for having me.
Like, thank you so much. And that's really it from your Puerto Rican mamacita.
That is fantastic. Stephanie, great last minute plugs there. I love the shout out to people too. It's like, let me shout out my dad, and it's like other listeners listen to this show, and I wonder if they're ever just like, well, I don't know who her dad is, but like, yeah, all right, cool. Very good plug. Yeah, very good shout out. My last minute plugs before we get into our honored special guest here today are, you can follow Great Morning _ the podcast on Instagram. You can follow Great Morning _ the podcast on TikTok as well. Stephanie's running that. You can follow You Love Steph. You can follow Slightly Special with 2 L's at the end. You can follow Topaz Kin. You can follow DJ Chucky on Instagram. You can follow O'Shea.iv on Instagram. The dot is not written out. It is a punctuation mark. You can follow Trip God Jimmy. That is TRYPGODJIMI on Instagram as well. And like we said in the last episode, the next special that will be coming out will be the 5-year anniversary of Great Morning. That will be coming out May 22nd. So stay tuned for that. We have more information about that coming out soon. We're working on a lot of stuff for that. So we're excited to get the time to do that as well. But that is it for my last minute plug. So moving on, Talia, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
It's an honor having you. Oh, you're like the nicest person ever. I love having a guest that's nice to us, because I'm so sick of like having O'Shea on, and O'Shea's like, I fucking hate you, and I'm like, what are you talking? Just because we're friends, you can't fucking come on. We're on the show here, and it's just like, oh, okay, good. Talia's nice.
You need positive energy, man.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's always nasty. I'm like, I get it.
So it's a breath of fresh air. Thank you for being here. Please, if you have any last minute plugs, where can people follow you? Where can they hear about stuff in your life? All that stuff. Please tell us now.
All right. So you can follow me, of course, on Instagram at Muhammad T6 × 2. I also have my styles page, which is Styles by T6. I'm actually going to be in a fashion show June 1st with the Branding Beauty LLC. And then I have another one on June 2nd, and that'll be with the RVA's 13th Annual Beauty and Barbers Awards.
Okay.
And then I do have my vendor event on the 22nd in Elizabeth City. So I'll be posting everything. So if you just follow my Instagram, you guys will see me. And then I'll be in New York September 13th for the model experience.
Ooh, Stephanie, we might want to try to make that.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah. I will be there. Just let me know.
Please, I have the tickets. The link is in my bio for the tickets.
Hold on.
Yeah, I might try to make that because we're in New Jersey, so that won't be too far.
And it's going to be
Stephanie, remember your ID though this time.
Yeah, I have a wallet, and I also have a picture of my ID. I don't know if that works.
That does not. That does not work.
Can I scan it?
Yeah, that
does not. That's just bullshit.
You need your identification card.
All right, but why do you have a fucking Apple Wallet then? It's a wallet.
Because they gotta feel if it. Anyway, look, I'm not having this conversation. I feel like I'm talking to like my daughter or something. God damn it. Anyway, Talia, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Was that it, or do you have any more plugs?
That's it.
That's it.
Where I am. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff coming up, but yeah.
Fantastic. Yes, definitely follow her on Instagram so you can follow all that stuff and figure out where you can go and see her. All right. So remember that, listeners. Thank you, of course. That was our episode. Great morning.
Great morning.
Bye, guys.
Great morning.
Great morning.
Great morning.
Great morning.